Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com.
All right. Well, welcome back to the show, the Eliances Heroes Show with me, host David Kogan. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. It is the only place where entrepreneurs align. And thank you, too. We've got so much activity going on, and we were still getting a ton of feedback from when I interviewed the CEO of Calvin Klein. So you know the only place to go to is Eliances.com. Well, our next hero is making her mark in the world, and we're going to learn about all the things of what she's doing. And welcome to the show, Michele Sullivan. She is the author of Looking Up and the former president of Caterpillar Foundation. In addition, we've got Ed Rapp, the former president of Caterpillar. So welcome both to the show, and let's get right started with you, Michele. And by the way, we're going to have your website posted on our website. So if people want to reach you, they can go ahead and go to Eliances.com. All right, Michele, talk to us about, first of all, your experience having been the former president of Caterpillar Foundation and what the foundation was all about.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. And Ed, thank you for being on as well.
Absolutely.
So the highlight of my 30-year career at Caterpillar was being the president of the Caterpillar Foundation in 2011, the first female to hold the position. And it was about 23 years into my career. It was such a gift to have the privilege to represent the company's philanthropic arm. And it was focused on those who were living in poverty, particularly those who were living in extreme poverty. And we focused on education, basic human needs, which we classified as food, water, shelter, and energy, and then the environment as well. And it's a global foundation, and Caterpillar Inc. is the funder of it, and they're very generous each year to help those who are living in poverty.
Phenomenal. And help me understand now the book that you have, author of Looking Up, and I assume that you can get Looking Up on Amazon. Are you able to get that
Right.
there?
Yep. And also
Fantastic.
Lookingup.com as well.
So what inspired you to go ahead and write this book and talk to our audience about what the book is about?
Sure. So my whole life, people kept pushing me to write a book about my perspective of being born a little person. And I never really thought too seriously about it because I think we all have a story. And as I got farther in my career and started really, reflecting, and also with the foundation, seeing people who really inspired me, and I looked up to them as I, noticed that everyone has the same aspirations for themselves and their family. Then I started to think about, I think I may have a story here in terms of all the people who I've looked up to, who have looked up to me, and who have inspired me. And it's not just about me, but it's about, like I said, the people in my life and who I've met. And because I'm a little person and stand 4 feet tall, obviously I look up to most people, literally, but figuratively as well, because looking up to everybody physically, it really taught me the best relational posture, which is to look up to everyone figuratively, because we all have value. And we all can learn from each other. And that was very important to me. And I learned it early on in life. And it really, was paramount as I went through my career and really lived my life. And I still do today. So while Looking Up certainly applies to my size, it definitely is not the whole part of the book. It's looking up to everyone and how your perspective really guides your life. Do you see problems? Do you see opportunities? Do you walk up to people who aren't like you and get to know them and let them get to know you and really see what you both can do together?
And Ed, welcome again to the show. Ed, former president of Caterpillar Inc. Ed, how did you get involved, and what was it like when you two first met, and how did things evolve from there?
Well, first of all, we're both huge St. Louis Cardinal fans, so it gave us a strong connection from the very beginning. But for me, the thing that really I think it attracted me to Michele, especially in her role in the foundation, is how she was very focused on putting the foundation in a new direction. she spent a lot of time doing research. If you're going to break this circle of poverty, what's the root cause? And then address through our giving that root cause issue. And I was just impressed with the thoughtful approach she took. And in fact, one of the things she found as a significant root cause was young girls. And if you invest in young girls, that dramatically increases the chances of breaking that cycle of poverty. And so she had a purpose, and combined with that, she had a passion. She absolutely loved it. And I could hear her coming from the building. I mean, when she was heading into my office, I knew she was coming, and I knew she had clarity of thought on what she wanted to do, but also clarity of what she needed from us to help.
Excellent. And you know what also has clarity? Those listening and watching the Eliances Hero Show with me, host of the Eliances Hero Show, David Kogan. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. It's all about the heroes, those that are making a difference in the world and helping others. And we have with us on the show former president of Caterpillar Inc., Ed Rapp, who is now chairman of ALS, Finding a Cure, and executive of Board Answer. And of course, Michele Sullivan, author of Looking Up. You could reach her by going to MichelleLSullivan.com. And of course, we'll have that on our website at Eliances.com. So Michele, you also did an amazing, because I've watched it, TEDx. Talk to our audience about that experience and really what you shared, because it was I couldn't take my eyes off.
Well, thank you. It was quite a privilege to do a TED Talk. It can be quite daunting when you come out on stage and you just stand in that little red dot, and there's a clock in the back of the room, and there's no notes, no slides. You just give your talk. And so it's quite an honor. And the title was Asking for Help is a Strength, Not a Weakness. And with my disability, I've asked for help every day of my life, and physically, but also emotionally, because rarely in life do you do something all by yourself. We always have supporters who are helping us along the way. And yet our society makes people feel that asking for help is a weakness. And I think it's a strength. And so it was important in that talk to really speak about letting down the silos that we put people in, and really know that we all are vulnerable in every day in different situations. And that's okay. That's what makes us human. And that while, we may not know exactly what someone's going through or walking in the same shoes, I wear a size 1. So not many people can walk in my size 1 shoes. But, what we can do is walk alongside each other and support each other. And that's really what the talk was about, especially in these times where we're very divisive, up until the pandemic, which has brought us together, actually. But usually we put people in silos and define them by what you can see. And there's so much more to us than you can see. And that's really what the TED Talk is about.
And how long have you and Ed worked together?
Oh, we worked together, Ed, about 15 years total when we first met.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Fantastic. And
he's
Michele,
a mentor of mine, for sure.
Michele, you were also named, though, one of the 50 most powerful women in philanthropy. Talk to us about that and the importance, really, of giving back.
It's all about giving back, actually. And that was quite an honor. And it was because of the generosity of Caterpillar to the foundation, and also to the partners of the foundation. The partners are very important to perform the work on the ground. We couldn't do it without them. And so, when we moved the foundation from transactional to strategic and influential, it really hit the root cause that Ed talked about. And we really narrowed in on where we wanted to make the investments. And so we truly transformed the foundation and created a collaborative platform with our partners called Together Stronger. And you can look at the work on togetherstronger.com. And it just talks to the strength of Caterpillar, the Caterpillar Foundation, and the brand, and the work that we're doing all around the world on the employees and suppliers and dealers and customers' behalf, because, Caterpillar Inc. is the generous funder, and they want to make a difference in the world. The foundation's working on the human infrastructure, while the company's working on the societal infrastructure. And as Ed talked about with the roads and the bridges, et cetera, that's societal's infrastructure. And It's vitally important. And so is the human infrastructure that the foundation was working on. You have to have a vibrant community. Girls and boys both have to be educated, but especially the girls, especially in the underdeveloped countries. And we need to really break the cycle of poverty to get that human infrastructure to be able to take advantage of the societal infrastructure. They both go together, they dovetail.
Well, Michele, you give hope
Yep.
and you inspire so many. Michele Sullivan, author of Looking Up, former president of Caterpillar Foundation. Make sure you go to Michele L. Sullivan. This has been David Kogan with the Eliances Hero Show.
Thank you.